What is up, guys? James here from the Light of Riga YouTube channel, and in this video we're going to be doing a reading for all my Libra sun sign friends. If you're born between the dates of September 23rd and October 22nd, then you are a Libra sun sign, and this video is for you. In today's reading, we're going to be looking at the energies of love and relationships. This is going to be a two-part reading. First, I'm going to do a reading for those who are already in a relationship. Then I'm going to do a reading for Libras who are currently single. So you're free to skip through the video to whichever part pertains you. Relationship first, single second. And yeah, it's going to be a fun spread. It's going to, get down and dirty. You'll see what it is. You'll see as we go along. Let me introduce you to my crystal friends. I've got rhodonite sphere over here, which is a crystal of, service to others and expressing love to a large group, to the world. So that's going to help us in this reading. Then I've got my sodalite sphere over here, which is going to help me get in tune to these tarot cards. So it's going to help me on this reading adventure. And then I've got rose quartz sphere. We all know about rose quartz and the vibrations of love that it emits. So hopefully these crystals are going to help us out during this reading. I'm going to be using the Llewellyn Classic Tarot. It's a cartoony deck, but I love it. I did a deck review if you want to go see that. Alright, so give me a moment to center myself and ask the tarot cards a question. What are the energies surrounding Libra sun signs who are currently in a relationship? Alright, that ought to do it. I'm going to cut the deck and we're going to deal out 5 cards. Alright, and now I'm going to take the Earth Magic Oracle and we're going to ask this Oracle deck what message it has for Libra sun signs who are currently in a relationship. What message for Libra sun signs who are currently in a relationship? Alright, we'll take a peek at that card at the end. Alright, so let's see what we got here. We're going to go through these cards individually and then see what they say as a whole together. The first card here represents your energy in this relationship that you're currently in. And we've got the King of Pentacles. And something tells me that you guys are feeling comfortable. You're feeling grounded and secure in this relationship that you're currently in. Remember, this is a general overall reading, and this is going to apply to a large group of people. So not everything's going to apply to you specifically. So take what makes sense to you and leave the rest. But I do get the feeling that a lot of you are feeling secure, safe, and happy to be in this relationship. Not exactly ecstatic to be in this relationship, but secure. And you're comfortable. And you have all the amenities, everything you need. Maybe not quite the emotional support that you need, maybe not quite the intellectual support that you need, but as far as having the things necessary to spawn a fruitful relationship, I do get the feeling that you have that. So not really lacking for finances, not lacking for place to live, generally speaking. So. And I do get the feeling that you guys are also a little bit assertive in your relationship, and the energy that you're taking on is one of kind of not bossy. Bossy's not the right word, but you're definitely assertive. I think that's the best word to describe it. Is that you are the take charge kind of person, and you get things done, you get things handled. So let's see what the energy of your partner is, which is what this card represents. Oh, the Emperor. Interesting. So I'm getting the feeling that your partner is kind of the same way, and it's almost like there might be a power struggle going on of who's going to take control of this relationship, who's wearing the pants. That's a figure of speech. I don't mean that literally. Okay, but yeah, I get the feeling that your partner is feeling kind of like they want more control or power or authority in the relationship. Maybe they don't have enough of it and they're trying to get more of it. Maybe take some from you a little bit, possibly. So I am seeing a little bit of a struggle here between the King of Pentacles and the Emperor. your partner being the more forceful of the two at this moment, though. I do feel like your partner is more is desiring to gain control in some way, and that's going to manifest in different relationships in different ways. But I do feel like your partner, Libra friends, is searching for a little bit more control. All right, this card here represents what's working in this relationship, and we have the Fool. And to me, I think this card is suggesting that you guys are good at taking chances, taking risks. You're good at going on new adventures. I think that what's working is the adventurous spirit and the willingness to take chances and try new things out, and really see how that expands your relationship. Maybe you guys have in the past tried new hobbies together, or you've gone to new places, traveling. Just that adventurous spirit, that willingness to take chances, even if the outcome might not be favorable. At least you tried. That sort of feeling is the feeling I'm getting from this card, and what's working in your relationship. So that's really cool. Keep that up. Don't stop doing that. This next card here represents what's not working in the relationship, and we've got the Hermit. I get the feeling that there may be a lack of communication here. I get the sense that maybe one or both of you are kind of a little bit introverted, and you're not exactly expressing yourself to the other person. And this, as a result, causes communication breakdowns potentially, and you're not really sure where the other person stands, and then you have to guess, and then your guess isn't right, and then it's just it's a whole to do. Okay, you don't want that. That's not what's working. This card is suggesting that you guys both come out of your shell a little bit and be more willing to express yourselves and share yourselves, rather than withdrawing into the self when things aren't going well, or when you're not sure how to process something. This card is saying that you're too dependent on yourselves and not dependent enough on each other for help. Does that make sense? That's kind of the gist I'm getting from that card. This card here represents where you are headed together, and we've got the Nine of Cups. And I think this is a positive card, definitely. I think as you grow together in this relationship, I do see you guys expressing your emotions a little bit more into the future, and maybe everything's not hunky-dory, but I do see an improvement in wherever you're at now. I do see an improvement as far as emotions and you being happy in your relationship, and you feeling fulfilled. I do see fulfillment here as part of this card, and emotional fulfillment, to be more specific. So yes, I do see a positive direction that this relationship is heading into, and it's going to result in a little bit more happiness, which is what we need, some emotional happiness, and that's good. Not to say that everything's going to be perfect, but I do see an improvement coming in this relationship, so good news there. Looking at these as a whole, I do see a little bit of a power struggle between you and your partner. Maybe each of you wanting to dictate the way things are going to go, and neither one of you wanting to kind of relinquish much control. So that could be a potential issue. But as far as what you're doing right, I think you're willing to take chances, and I think that willingness to take chances is really helping you to expand your horizons and expand where this relationship is headed. But be sure that you're not withdrawing into the self too much. Be sure that you can really trust the other person to share your intimate details with, and open to the lines of communication a little bit more, so that there's not so much guessing going on, and people know exactly where you guys know exactly where each other stands. And if you do all that, I think you're going to head towards emotional fulfillment and happiness, and everything's going to be just great. Okay, let's see what the Earth Magic Oracle, what message it has for those librarians in a relationship at this time. And we've got Desert Vision Quest. Okay, so I warned you against spending too much time inside, going inward and withdrawing. This card is suggesting that if you do decide to go inward and withdraw, make it a productive event. Make it a vision quest. Ask yourself the tough questions, because time spent alone is great, but if you're not being productive with that time, you're just kind of wasting it. And this card is suggesting that you spend that time wisely. figure out how you truly feel, figure out what you feel about the other person, so that we can move forward in the best possible way. We're not deluding ourselves, we're not deluding the other person, and all the cards are out on the table, right? So when you go on a vision quest, basically all the cards are out. You see everything about yourself, and that's what this card is suggesting. It's time to look inward, see everything about yourself, so that you can make things better for your partner and for this union. Yeah, okay, it makes sense to me. I hope you guys got something out of that. What I'm going to do now is do my reading for the librarians who are single. Alright, that ought to do it. Let's cut the deck. We're going to deal out 5 cards. Alright, now we're going to use the Earth Magic Oracle, and we're going to ask it the question, what are the energies of Libras who are single at this time? What are the current energies of Libras who are single? And what message do you have for Libras who are single? What message for Libras who are single? Alright, and we'll take a look at that card at the end. Alright, we're going to go through individually and then see what these cards say as a whole. The first card here represents your energy. And we've got the 9 of Pentacles. I definitely feel a focus on not relationship. Okay, I don't see a focus on relationship here. Remember, this is a general reading and not everything's going to apply to everyone in a specific way, so take what works for you and leave the rest. But I do get the feeling that a lot of Libras at this time are kind of focused on other things. They're focused on work, family, friends, hobbies. I don't really see too much of a focus on romantic relationships right now. Whether this is intentional or subconscious, I'm not really sure. Only you know the answer to that question. But I do feel like your energies are being put into other avenues that don't necessarily result in romance. Is basically the feeling I'm getting from this card. So this card here represents blockages that you may have on your road to finding a partner, and we've got the Sun. Oh, okay. I get the feeling that your optimism, your joy, your happiness is actually a blockage to finding a partner. As weird as that may sound, I do get the feeling that a lot of you are feeling very complacent and very happy right now, and you don't see a reason to join another person and combined energies at this time, and I think that's a blockage. Your joy and your happiness right now is kind of blocking you from finding another person, because I hate to say that, that's the horrible thing. It sounds horrible. That's not exactly what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that you guys are so secure with where you're at now. You're happy. You're motivated. You're optimistic right now. And as a result of that, you're not really seeking the approval of other people. You're not seeking help from other people. And therefore, you're not really seeking a relationship, because, most people try to look for a relationship because they feel like something's missing in their life and they want to improve their life. But I don't get that from you guys right now. I get the feeling that you're happy where you're at and you don't mind being alone, which is great, which is fine. But if you are looking for a romantic partner, then just keep in mind that maybe you can, see the value. Try to see the value in finding a partner and see what they can bring to your life, okay? This card here represents what you can improve in order to find a partner. We've got the Page of Cups. And to me, this is about offering up your emotions and just saying, here I am, I'm putting myself out there. If anyone really likes it, they can come, hang out with me, basically, is the feeling I'm getting. And if you are looking for a partner and you don't know how to go about it, I think this is the best way. It's just being open and just sharing your emotions. I know it makes us vulnerable. We feel vulnerable when we try to share our emotions, especially to people we don't know very well. But that is something that's going to endear you to others, and they're going to see that you're vulnerable and you're willing to be vulnerable. And for some reason, humans, we see that as an attractive trait, right? And we see vulnerability as something that's endearing and also, attractive, because, someone who's in touch with their emotions and not afraid to express them does attract other people, definitely. So, yes, if you're wondering how to attract a partner or how to go about it, what you can do is be more expressive, be more sharing of your emotions and feelings and what you want, and people will see that. This card here represents what to avoid on your quest to find a partner. We've got the Ace of Cups. Give me a second with this card. Okay, don't be over emotional. Yeah, wow. There's a fine balance here, and I see the water spilling out of this cup, and I think to myself, this is about emotions that are overflowing and that are maybe too much. And so while you do want to express yourself and share yourself with other people, this card is suggesting don't go too overboard, don't go crazy. Okay, you don't need to share everything, is basically what this is saying. Just enough so that people get to know you better, and when you do find a partner and it's a long-term thing, then you can open up more and more. But at the beginning, right now, if you are looking for a partner, what to avoid is to be too open. And try to find a happy medium there, and not don't scare people away, but at the same time, do share who you are. It's a fine line, I know. This card here represents where you're headed, and we've got the Fool. And to me, this is saying that we're headed for adventure, my friends. Libras, whichever way you go, if you're trying to stay single, I feel that adventures are going to come to you. If you're trying to find a partner, I feel like adventures are going to come to you. I think all around there's going to be adventure on the horizon. There's going to be new opportunities, new hobbies, new careers, new everything. There's going to be a lot of new energy coming in, and there might even be a new person that's going to be kind of reckless as possible and is going to bring you into that energy and help you to be more adventurous. So I'm definitely seeing a change here in the energy surrounding you. Going from being secure with where you're at and being happy with where you're at to the future here is going to be a little bit more turbulent. So I'm definitely seeing almost like a 180 here in time as you become more open and more expressive of your emotions, but at the same time not going too overboard with it, because that can scare people off. But if you do that, if you open yourself up a little bit more, I think you're going to go on a wild journey here. It's going to be a crazy adventure full of unknown twists and turns, which sounds fun to me. It does sound fun to me. So I hope that helps. Let's take a look at the message that the Earth Magic Oracle had for Libras who are single at this time. And we got Tsunami Wake Up Call. To me, a tsunami represents great cataclysmic changes. And, water in the tarot represents emotions. And tsunami is just a tidal wave of emotion just bearing down full bore, and this emotion is going to change everything. And I think that's what this card is saying to you guys, is that if you allow to be more in touch with your own emotions, and you allow your emotions to be expressed outwardly, you're going to see that these emotions can cause such massive change in your life. Huge changes are going to arise as a result of that. And if that's what you want, then you need to really express yourself and be open and let those emotions out. Don't run from them. Don't hide them. Don't hide them from other people. So the tsunami is coming, and it's going to provide a wake-up call, and you're going to see all the change that's just left in its wake once you allow the emotions to come out. Cool. So that is my reading. I hope you got something out of that. Remember, this is a general overall reading. If you want a reading tailored specifically for you, then head on over to my Etsy shop. I'll put a link in the description and in the card, so you can just click that button and check out all the readings I have available, and we can get to the bottom of any problem that you may have. If you like this video, please consider giving it a like. It really lets me know that I did something right and that you appreciated the video, and keeps me going. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to put those in the comment section below. Anything you want to say about this reading. And if you really enjoyed it, please consider subscribing, because I release these videos, these Tarotscope videos, bi-monthly, and I sprinkle a whole bunch of other videos in between that. So you don't want to miss out on any of that. Alright guys, I wish you all the luck in the world, Libras, on your quest to make your lives better. I think you'll be just fine though. Alright guys, leave a like if you enjoyed this. Happy taroting. Peace.